If you're thinking about moving to Orange County, there's a good chance you thought about these two major cities because they're right next to each other, and they're also two of the most known cities in Orange County. Number one is Newport Beach, and number two is Irvine. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down the benefits, the pros, the cons, the bads, the uglies about each community. That way you can see a little bit more what might be a better fit for you. But first, I am a realtor here in Irvine, so if you are looking to buy, rent, or sell anywhere in either of those cities, make sure you reach out to me. All my information will be in the description below, but I'll also put my number right here. That way you can easily give me a quick text or call. But now we'll get back into the video. Number one is the price of homes and the cost of living. So we'll do Irvine first. The median home in Irvine for a condo first is going to be anywhere, or condo slash townhome, it's going to be anywhere from $950,000 to $1.2 million. For a detached single family home, you're going to be looking at anywhere from 1.4 to 1.7 for the median style home. So the cost is definitely high here in Irvine. The other thing to keep in mind is also within Irvine, you're going to have a lower base tax rate. You're going to have lower HOAs in most case scenarios, but you do possibly have mellow roofs in some of the newer communities within Irvine, and what that is basically another tax on top of your base tax. So even though Newport Beach has a higher base tax, with the Irvine mellow roofs, it might make it a little bit higher than living in Newport. Now, living in Newport Beach, a median priced home for a single family detached home is going to be over $3 million. Now, homes in Newport Beach can go well above $50 million if you're balling on that much of a budget. But condos and townhomes are going to be looking between $1.4 and $1.6 million for the median. In Newport Beach, it is very rare where anything is below $1 million. So if you see something like that, definitely grab it. Now, also with just the idea of the cost of living, gas, food, all of that, it's relatively similar, and they're literally adjacent cities. So if you need to drive a little bit further to go to a different grocery store or wherever, you could get there. But I would say on average, Newport Beach is going to be slightly more expensive, but it's really not as big of a difference as you would think. Number two is the lifestyle and vibe. We'll do Irvine first. It is very much so a clean, well-manicured, master-planned community. You're going to have a lot more of, there's kind of a mixture, but you're going to have older communities and also a lot more of modern communities, more modern than you would see a lot in Newport Beach. Irvine is definitely a lot slower paced than Newport Beach. It's a lot more family focused. It's a lot more school focused, especially with, University of Irvine or University of California, Irvine. Being right there, a lot of it is very much so kind of STEM type people, very smart, slow paced community. Obviously not saying that Newport isn't, but it's very school focused is my idea. Newport Beach, it's the beach lifestyle. You're gonna have, a little bit more of a hustle and bustle, people walking around outside, restaurants everywhere, but Newport Beach definitely has a little bit more of a, I'm trying to find the best word for it, but you definitely feel the money there. Obviously there's a bunch of really nice people in Newport Beach, but you definitely do see, Ferraris every 3 cars, Porsches every 3 cars, and if that kind of upper class lifestyle isn't something that you're too fond of being around, then it might not be the exact fit for you. Number 3, diving a little bit deeper into schools, safety, and families. Now, like I was saying, Irvine definitely has the better schools. Newport still has some of the best schools, but Irvine has some of the best schools in the entire state and nation. So if school is like the absolute number one thing, definitely go with Irvine. Safety-wise, Irvine is consistently ranked as one of the safest cities in the entire nation, and Newport is not very far behind. But I would say that Irvine definitely does edge it out just a little bit more safety-wise, a little bit more school-wise. And then family-wise, I would say that you're definitely going to see a lot more of the typical, 2 to 3 child households in Irvine because schooling is so much of a big focus there. But you definitely still have a lot of families in Newport Beach as well. It's just because the cost of living is so much there, to have an extra 2-3 bedrooms is hard for a lot of people. So I definitely would say that Irvine kind of edges Newport out in every factor there, school, safety, and family flow wise. But Newport Beach really doesn't fall too far behind in any of those categories. Number 4 is commute and daily convenience. Now, Irvine is very master planned and it's right by all of the big freeways, but there is a huge amount of traffic. And Irvine has everything in it, but if you want to go, to the good restaurants, if you want to go to the beach, you have to go outside of Irvine, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get there. Now, Newport, you're going to have to deal with a lot of bad parking. In Irvine, parking is like the easiest thing ever. There's always parking lots and all that. But in Newport, you're definitely going to have to maybe do a couple circles, especially if you're going towards the beach in the summer months. But the commute there, if you're just staying in Newport and you're doing your grocery shopping, your restaurants, your work, all in Newport, the commute's really not that bad. It backs up a little bit on the one during the summer. But if you're staying in Newport, it's not going to be that bad. But the issue is if you're going from Newport to get onto the freeways, you're pretty much going from Newport, which has a little bit of congestion, then to Irvine, then to the freeways. So if you're living in Newport, getting out of Newport can definitely take a lot of time. Number 5. So what's better for you? I can't really tell you, but if you're looking for more of school first, safety, and a little bit of a cheaper side, even though saying cheap in Irvine doesn't make any sense, but in comparison to Newport, it's definitely a lot cheaper. It's still very expensive, one of the most expensive places to live, but in comparison to Newport, pretty much everything's cheaper. So again, if your focus is safety, schools, slow pace of life, and having a little bit more money in your pocket, Irvine is the choice. If you're wanting to be by the beach, if you want to live the luxury lifestyle, and also have great schools, great safety, and be in one of the most exclusive places in the entire world, then I would say that Newport is going to be a little bit more your style. But that's the difference between living in Irvine and Newport. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe because I release videos just like this every single Sunday. But as always, thank you so much for tuning into this week's video. Can't wait to see you in the next one.